Hey, so I have a friend coming in about 10, 15 minutes. It's going to help me clean my apartment a little bit. I just wanted to get a couple thoughts recorded while I'm experiencing this because the greatest challenge for me as an artist, as a documentarian, as a filmmaker, as an activist about raising awareness, the greatest challenge is that when you're in a wave, you're so screwed up in the head. And that's the thing I have to find a better way of articulating. So please help me. If anybody watches this video in the community and you can help me, help us to describe to people what's happening in the head. It's absolute. I mean, you're handicapped and you're disabled in your brain and with your central nervous system and everything else in your body. But how do we describe it, right? So right now, because I am cognitively impaired, I'm going to just say that I'm screwed up in the head. And I know people suffering from benzodiazepine withdrawal will understand what that means, and people who haven't really won't understand what that means. So yesterday I had a little bit of a window. I'm trying to come out of a horrendous wave where I lost control of my flexural taper. And yesterday I felt better mentally. I felt more positive. I was clear. I was able to record a video and post it on YouTube, talking about my story and how I ended up here. And I was hoping that today would just be an extension of yesterday, right? But it's not. I am better mentally, but I'm so physically weak and shaky. I can't even do anything. I can't walk around because my legs are throbbing. I don't know if anybody else gets that, but when I don't sleep, my legs are heavy and achy and sore. Like even just walking on my hardwood floor in my apartment hurts. I have to wear sneakers in my apartment if I don't sleep the night before. And I was up very late last night because I was caffeinated, and I was caffeinated yesterday to get through something I had to do during the day. I had to go to my lawyer's office to sign my divorce papers, which is really fun stuff. So I drank coffee so that I could function somewhat and perform, and then I pay the price with insomnia and being up really late and not getting enough sleep. So it is a vicious cycle. My eyes are extremely heavy and dry. My limbs are shaking on the inside, everything's shaking. It's like underneath my skin there's a layer of nerves that are turned on and vessels, and you can just feel things sort of pulsing and moving and shaking and flinching. You're not supposed to feel that stuff. I never felt anything like this before benzodiazepine. The nervous system is just, it's gone haywire. My heart, I have these pulsing sensations all over my body. I can feel my heartbeat, cardiac arrhythmias, palpitations, tachycardia. I am so screwed today. I want to use a different word, but I don't know what I'll be able to get done. I mean, my apartment is a mess. There is paperwork everywhere. There are so many important things that I need to do. Just keeping it clean. I have heaps of dirty laundry. I need to get washed. I go out and I wear dirty clothes. I mean, this is my life. I mean, this is the life of an addict on the street. This right here, this is what my sister used to look like. She was a heroin addict. She used to show up looking like this. This is not okay. It wasn't okay for her, but it's really not okay for people who are getting screwed up like this, made this sick and dysfunctional because of a medication that a doctor prescribed, a medication that's legal, a medication that it's not even controlled. How is this happening? Yes, I'm angry. I'm exhausted. I'm scared. The fact that I had some progress yesterday and that my head is less afflicted, keeps me going. Okay, there's some change, but this is bullshit. Not being able to exercise, not being able to take care of myself. I haven't even had a haircut in a year. I haven't been to the dentist. It's not just a matter of not having any money. It's also a matter of that I'm alone and it's not safe for me. I can't even make appointments and stick to appointments. I don't know how I'm going to feel one day to the next. I don't know if I'm going to get any sleep. I don't know if I'm going to be in a window in a wave. How do you live a life? How do you plan for anything? I was in a car accident in August because of these drugs, making me extremely jittery, and I'm a fantastic driver. Been driving for 20 years, and I have quick reflexes. Not that day. All summer I was waiting for a car accident to happen, and it did. So I just want to show like how you can go from the way I looked yesterday when I recorded that video to not even being able to sit up. I can't even sit up to make this video right now. My head has to be supported. My legs are shaking right now. Everything is just, it's like there's not enough oxygen or something getting into the body. The heart is so screwed up. We have to figure out that piece. What is the connection between benzo and the cardiac arrhythmias and abnormalities? What is happening there chemically? I mean, some days I am so freaking pale. It's just like there's like a lack of circulation. So yeah, yay me. Hopefully I get more sleep tonight. Hopefully tomorrow's better and I can get some things done. And then of course it's like, where do I even start? What do I do with this little bit of energy do I have? Do I make a juice? Do I work on food? That's always like the most important thing is like what I put into my body. But of course then there's how am I surviving? I need to work on this fundraiser. I'm desperate to get this GoFundMe up. I mean, I'm sinking. I don't, like, by the grace of God, I don't even know how I'm gonna keep going. I'm out. I'm out of steam right now. So those are the most important things I'm trying to do right now, and hopefully I can work on something later today or tomorrow. But right now, just making this video will be the only worthwhile thing I do all day, probably. Although I did help a woman this morning in Canada who's really, really going through hell from these drugs, and she wants to kill herself. She's in freaking purgatory every day. And so far she's still here. I've been talking to her every day. So I did do that. And I do that a lot from the trenches. I help other people, and that's my way of staying alive. It's my way of having value and worth and not letting all this suffering be for naught. So that's never going to stop. I'm gonna always take whatever suffering I go through and turn it into good. Helping other people. That's just who I am. So, yeah, this is being severely kindled, hypersensitive to everything. All the drugs that I've had in this body, come off of, now that I'm stuck on, pumping into my body every day, tapering off of one, while I put the other 2 poisons into my body at full blast every day. That's a mind bleep right there. Honestly. To put the poison into your body day after day when you know that poison is making you sick and you're further addicting your body, you're digging the hole deeper, the dependency, the enmeshment with your central nervous system. It's maddening. Yet that is what we have to do. That is what polydrug tapering demands of a person. It's the only way out. If you rip yourself off the drugs, you could be permanently brain damaged. I am talking to somebody right now who is. I'm seeing evidence of it in other cases in the community. People who are CT'd and not healed, long time after their cold turkey. It's serious business. We're talking about brain injury. What's worse than a brain injury? Have you seen people with traumatic brain injuries? Have you seen what they look like? How they can't function, how they're just completely robbed of their physical presence? That's what's happening to people with benzo. We might as well be in a hospital bed in a coma. We might as well have trachs. I mean, we are so handicapped. We are so paralyzed by what this does to us. I'm trapped in my body right now. I will be trapped today most days this is what it looks like. This is what goes on, where I'm just like pinned to my bed or my couch and I can't even be vertical, right? Body has to be flat. Yeah. So, of course, there's the urge to just yank myself off all this stuff. It happens to me on a regular basis. I have to fight through those urges constantly. You just want to rip it off. It's not the answer. It takes incredible focus and a calm, cool, collected attitude to keep tapering, especially when you're polydrugged. It's warrior territory right here.